Great. How you doing? This morning we are back on the philosophical, and I am back humming a tune. I am humming a banger. I want to explain life, and I'm looking for simple things to explain with, and today I come with GPS. How many of you have traveled on GPS? Sort of knowing where to go, but just needing specifics. And then the GPS takes you to the longest route possible, and sometimes you get really frustrated. There are times where you even turn the GPS off because it's just taking you on a wide swing. Recently, one happened to me. I was traveling. I knew where I was going. I just needed the specifics. This GPS took me to the longest wound road possible. So in my wisdom, I turned off the GPS and I went on my own knowledge. Well, unbeknown to me, there was a major accident on the route that I knew. This was the reason why the GPS had rerouted and taken me somewhere else. Good morning, Norma. Hi, Jene and Mai. I trust you are well. The GPS had got the wider picture. The GPS had taken me on a detour to avoid the congestion in the straight and narrow. That's what happens to life. That's what happens to us in life. And our experience of our guiding force, whatever you want to call it, Chrissy, it sees, it knows, it understands the bigger picture. And so it makes actions in the interim, in the small frame. But because you are not privy to the bigger picture, you only see the smaller frame. It's difficult sometimes to see the sense in the choices and to have faith and to trust and to keep going. Since that incident, I have learned where the when the GPS takes me places these days, I don't override. I just let it. If it wants to take me through the scenic route, it's doing it. Wherever it wants to take me, I have learned to have trust. Since I have understood the wider implications of some of the things that influence what the GPS asks me to do. And then I remember the story my grandmother used to say. It was my grandmother's favorite story, but again, its meaning was not exactly picked up until recently. My grandmother used to say, she used to tell the story of a guy who was traveling and was going somewhere. He got up in the morning, and whilst he was brushing his teeth, something happened that delayed him. And then something happened, his breakfast was delayed. So he refused to eat the breakfast. He stormed and he was angry. He left. But on his way towards where he was going to pick a car, something happened. I think he had left something at home. It's something that he could now not do without chlorine. So he went back home very frustrated, very angry, nagging his wife about his breakfast, about the and the car he was determined to get to left without him. Later on that day, he had finally made it to wherever he was going. He had done what his day was. Good morning, Tony. How you doing? He had done whatever his day was about, and the message came. The car he wanted to go with had an accident. Not a soul survived in the car. I remember now telling you this, that I've also heard of people who had flights to catch, and for some reason, long stories, they didn't make it on the flights, and those flights crashed. The point I am trying to make is very simple. Sometimes the delays are to help you avoid meeting certain people on the road. That was my grandmother's explanation. Sometimes the person who crosses you and stops you from moving your car is making sure that whoever is a tearaway on the road takes their nonsense and leaves you behind. Sometimes what happens is to hide you from the eyes that will make your life difficult. So when my son was young, he was an elective mute. We didn't know. This boy was not talking. I know what his destiny is supposed to be because I feel it in my bones. And I could also see what was happening in there to this boy. It was alien to what I knew. Hi, Nicole. I was so frustrated. And that tends to happen with me. Somebody random did not know me, just saw me. Sister, have a good morning. And the person says, come, I have a message for you. I'm like, what is your message? And you know, because of all these fake people around, when somebody actually does that, I am quite skeptical. What message do you have for me? Your son is not speaking because he needs to be hidden for a while from those who should not see him and see his potential, he said to me. The eyes that should not see him, those who should not know him, are being kept from him right now. His grace will not be evident until the time is right. And you know, now over time, now that the boy has grown, now that that obstacle has been overcome, now when I watch the boy, to be perfectly honest, they were absolutely right. They were absolutely right. At that time, he did not need to exhibit. And it's happened to me in workplaces too. There have been many places where I anticipate I should be shining and I'm not shining. Again, somebody random in the workplace says to me, well, you've got to hide, because if they know your full potential, they will crush you. They will crush you. Yeah. God hides you sometimes for a purpose. Yes, Tony. They will crush you, and it's true. I have seen people in the workplace see newbies arrive, show lots of potential, and get crushed. I've seen it. I've seen it. So sometimes the hiding of your potential is for your protection. The people who don't see you, the ones you are desperate to show yourself to, well, they probably are the same ones who will destroy you if they know you before you are ready. When a child is weak, it is easy to crush. When a person is weak, they are easy to crush. In your full capacity, they will not be able to take you on. So sometimes you are kept to give you time to grow, to give you space to become, to get you to your full potential before those who want to take you on get to you. But like me, you will lament, you will cry, because you don't understand. You are the people I'm making this video for this morning. I'm making this video for you to understand that your guiding light is like a compass. It knows where you should go, it knows home, and it knows exactly how to take you home. But it also sees all the obstacles on the road, and like the GPS does, it finds you the best route. It finds you the best route. But like the GPS, it finds the best route sometimes with alternatives and offers you chances to choose. But usually, the default one is the best one available at the time. When different scenarios pop up and better routes become available, the GPS offers it to you. By default, it tries to take you by the best possible route with the least resistance to the place you should go, which is already known. The problem is that you also have an idea of where you think you should be going. And sometimes you have convictions about it. Yesterday I was telling you a story, and I was telling you about, see, if anybody asked me who my best friend for life would have been, I'd have given you a name. When I left secondary school, I'd have given you a name. By age 20, if anybody asked me who I thought I would marry, I'd have given you a name. And at the time, I was absolutely convinced I felt it in my bones. I knew it. And I'm a very perceptive person. I'm very intuitive. I know usually what I know is correct, but it was correct at the time. Different scenarios present themselves, better routes become available, and the GPS, the compass of your life, offers it to you. The girls that I know that are my friends at the moment, those are not even my friends. Those are my sisters. Those go deeper than sisterhoods. Some of those. And the circumstances that brought those girls in my life was tears. I was devastated. What I wanted to do, where I wanted to be, where all my friends were waiting for me, did not check out. And it was a terrible thing at the time. It is one of the best things. The place that this thing took me to now has me with some of the most influential people you can imagine on my direct dial. I can ring them now and say, yo, this is our man, say Charlie. Or if I don't have the direct number, all I need is to find somebody else within that network and say, yo, I am looking for Amayani's number. Do you have it? I am looking for, and that came because of the second place I went to. Thinking back, I was talking to my husband about it yesterday. I said to him, if I had gone to the original university I wanted to go to, I would have gone with all my old friends and I would not have been open. Grandma Mena, how are you doing? I would not have been open the way I was open in university. I would have gone to university in a clique because I already did have a clique. I had a tribe. I would have gone to uni in a clique and I probably would have stayed in my clique. I would have extended myself a bit, but not half as much as I did the way I finally did in this new place without a clique. I did not have a tribe. So I went in, and the people who were at this university were people I knew but were not that close at the time. But because of the fact that my actual tribe was not here, these were the next closest people I had. And I went into a wide circle of friendship. And some of the people that came from that wide circle of friendship have become people I cannot describe. Yeah, Mazouk, I want to explain this to you because you see, if I understood this as a younger girl, my pathway would have been less painful. I would have walked the same path, but I'd have walked it with understanding and would have walked it with more dignity. But I did not know. I'm hoping that as I explain this, some of you who may have been in the position I was without realizing, without understanding, who are going through what you need to go through in life and lamenting and crying, hopefully I will help you make sense of it. Hopefully I'll help you make sense of it. Good morning, Lena. How you doing? You want to become a knife, you must be put in the fire. A metal cannot be cast, it cannot be shaped, it cannot be tapered unless it has been through the fire. You've got to go through the fire. When you go through the fire, you will be hammered, you will be beaten, that hurts. You will be ground to taper, that hurts. The hard work has to be done before the polishing comes. The hard work has to be done before the polishing comes. Before you can become, you must walk through the fire. And sometimes the journey through the fire, well, not sometimes, fire is hot. So walking through the fire is painful. But even as you walk through the fire, if you know that you are going to come out of it sharp, tapered, polished, ready to cut, you will be willing to go through what you need to go through to get to the end. That's the key thing, Wanda. And that's why I speak to you today. This has become one of the messages that will become incredibly distinguishing for me. It is a message I intend to preach a lot because it means a lot to me. You will walk the journeys you will walk. And sometimes the journeys you will walk will conflict you, because those of us who think we are perceptive, who thinks we feel and we believe what we feel, when the agenda changes, when the journey changes, when the route changes, you get confused. You can see the path clear right here, like where I'm going at the moment. I know how to go, but I don't know if there's been an accident. I do not know. Anne-Marie, how are you doing? I do not know if there's been an accident. Well, even the normal routes, sometimes you'll be driving it, not the GPS, you will get there and there's a police blockage and you are diverted to different places. And yes, when you are diverted, you are thrown off. You don't like it. You don't like diversions. But there are reasons why diversions are there. And so when you see diversions in your life today, whether it's your career, you are supposed to have been promoted up to this point, but you have not been promoted, you get a reason why. Monique, you have done everything. It's not like you folded your hands and you sat. You have done everything, but that promotion is not happening. Hold on and have a bit of faith. Ease off on the lamentations and the tears. What I have come to know is that they are not necessary. What will be, and what afia cannot no afia. What afia cannot no afia is what the Jamaicans say. I know I've said it very badly, but there you go. What is for you cannot not be for you. What is for you cannot not be for you. Never. There are so many tales of people. I was reading a story this morning of a princess who was swapped at birth. She was put through a horrific family. She went through some terrible places, but guess what? Eventually the script flips. Her family discovers her. Yes, she's been through a lot, but you see, the lot she has been through makes her a much better ruler. Yeah, good morning, Bilal. How you doing? What she had seen makes her a better ruler, because if she had not seen what she had seen, she would not be as empathetic as she was to her people. She knew what poverty was because she had lived it. Sometimes to assume your destiny, you will have to go through the mill to get there. When I work with people, when I coach people and I mentor people, I would be able to help you cope with incredible strife, because I have seen some. Lord, have I seen some. Especially when I do professional coaching. When I am professionally coaching, I will help people understand things, and we will try things, and if things are not working and people get frustrated, I'll tell them, hold off, you don't know why. I'll go back to my career, my story, for those of you who didn't catch it yesterday. I was expecting. I knew, and everybody who knew me from birth knew that I had to be a doctor. I knew. It was prophesied onto my life, and it was something I knew with clarity had to happen. I knew. But I thought that it was supposed to be a medical doctor. Little did I know it wasn't medical. So wanting to pursue the medical route obviously not being my path, me veering off that one, and found myself in university unsure where the hell I was going. So I did what the advisors and counselors said I should do, a bit of this, a bit of that. So at university, I actually did physics, chemistry, biology with math. Did modules across all of them at uni. I had them all sitting on my transcript. At the time when I was doing this, it was because I was lost, not because I knew what the hell I was doing. I did not know, but it just seemed like a sensible thing to do. So when it was mentioned to me, I was like, okay, this is my best option. Let's do a bit of math, a sprinkle of this, a bit of that. My friends were asking me, why are you combining all these stupid things? And why are you combining some of the toughest courses there are? Find something. A degree is a degree. All you need is a first class. All you need is a first class. That's it. If you get a first class, it doesn't matter. Even first class witchcraft is still first class. But you see, me, I don't know how to listen to common sense, so I did not. I carried on selecting my wide variety. Now, I come to teaching, and I discover that I was actually a very special breed. The breed who had degree experience across all three subjects was rare. And very soon, somebody encouraged me to look at re-specialization. So I had originally qualified to teach one subject, but I did have the university modules. So when I applied to do the re-specializations, it was not difficult. So yeah, I have multiple PGCEs. I don't know how many people would be able to say that. We are not that many. Multiple PGCEs. Finished the PGCE. I was thinking of doing a master's, but there was a coaching component to a postgraduate diploma that I liked, because I knew I wanted to coach. I wanted to coach people professionally. So somehow I found myself on this postgraduate diploma, and people still ask me till this date, what the heck? Why would you go from the certificate and not go straight to the master's? No, I did the PG dip before I enrolled on the master's. And when I finished the master's, I went and did what I discovered recently, talking to somebody. The person looked at my CV and the person says, heck, you have made yourself one of the most qualified educators on earth. And I was looking at the person like, me, little me. Yes, little you. Multiple PGCs, PG dip, MA education, EdD, bam, 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 bam. Wow. Do you understand how the mistake or the deviation from my path in my youth, feeling lost and not knowing what to do, selecting courses because I did not know where I was going to, so I was trying to prepare, has now made me distinguished. Yeah, Rasibe. When I was selecting those courses, I was crying. You hear me? I was so upset. I was veering. No, I did not. You don't veer. You never lost. You may take a detour, but you come back home. How I wish there's a particular man, Mr. Mevinya, I wish he was alive. I'd have gone to him and told him. He always called me doctor. Doctor, he would call me all the time. Well, doctor, that's what I am. In the long roundaboutish way, the doctor is still my title. Got it? Didn't lose it. In the random collection of courses, I have become a doctor with depth. Oh, Joseph, thank you so much. Doctor with width, with depth, with experiences. The lady says, how the hell have somebody like you remain hidden in the classroom? I have remained hidden in the classroom, and I finally found the answer. I have remained hidden in the classroom because I needed to hide there in order to be able to become what I was becoming without too many eyes. Without too many eyes. Without much opposition. That's what I needed. I needed to be hidden to escape. To escape some of these people who are fierce competitors. Yes, I did. Shitraka, how are you doing? And Joanne? You see, the journey is not nice. The route itself may not have been the best scenic one. But in the end, you get home. You get home. My mother will tell you that she has gone through the longest meal. But my mother also, in her longest thing, have come home. My mother wanted to be a doctor. She only told me recently. It was something that she vaguely thought about. It wasn't something she really pursued seriously because she didn't think it was possible. But my mother finished with a master's degree, and my mother has 2 daughters, each with a doctorate degree. My mother wanted to go down a route. She took it to a point. Her children have taken it to completion for her. As I talked to my mother recently, she was telling me, oh, her one regret is that she didn't get to it herself. So I asked my mom, if you didn't get it, but you have raised 2 girls who have, is it the same or is it better? And my mom says, hell better. Hell better. Yeah. Sometimes there are slight substitutions, sometimes there are slight modifications, sometimes there are changes. But you know, even changes and modifications would come with some improvements to what you think. It is so much better for my mom, for her 2 daughters to get what she wanted. It is so much better for my mom. She feels so much more accomplished. She feels, at the moment, the 2 of us don't really need anything from anybody, from her. Yeah, Trisha, how you doing? Sometimes You will go to the pharmacy and you will request a particular medication. They might not have the brand, and they will give you a substitute. Yeah. Sometimes the scene is such that you require a substitute, so you will be given a substitute. Yes, and sometimes the substitutes are better. I have been introduced to so many brands because the one I wanted wasn't available, and it turned out the one I was introduced to was much better than what I had originally known. And that's happened to me many times. Yeah. Empress, my message to you this morning is very simple. There is a GPS that guides you as you go down this pathway of life. It may show you routes, and those routes may have been the best possible at that given time. But as you travel, things change because the environment is not the same. It's dynamic. And in a dynamic environment, scenarios come up, scenarios move. And as you travel, sometimes a new route becomes better than what was originally prophesied, what was originally given, what you thought, what you had conviction about. Trust the process. Hi, Trisha. Trust the process. Trust the process. There's method in the madness. Trust the process. It's going to happen the way it's going to happen anyway. The only difference is if you trust the process, you have peace in your heart whilst it happens. You have less tears in your eye whilst it happens. Your journey will not change. Your destiny will not alter. What will happen will happen. What must happen will happen. It's how you feel whilst it happens that can be changed. You can feel differently whilst traveling the same road. That's my message for you. I'm hoping that this message will help you bear your cross and bear it with dignity. With understanding, you can bear your cross with dignity. That's what I'm hoping to do for you this morning. Your journey is not going to change. Your path is not going to change. What will be, will be. But whether you cry or not whilst it's being is what my message is about. And I hope my message finds you at a point where you can realize that with hope, with faith, and with trust in the system, you can move forward confidently. Joanne, how are you doing? Good morning, everyone. Whew. And now I feel my message is out. This has become very important to me because the more I think about it, the more I realize that such a message heard when I had started my journey, would have helped me. A lot of the friends that I had left behind at this place, and yes, as I was afraid, university brought us new scenarios. They had new realities I was not privy to. I had new realities they were not private to. And yep, a lot of my best friends from secondary school and I lost contact. I have now re-established contact with some, but there are some that I haven't even re-established contact with. There are some who remain elusive. But I have been replaced. That has been replaced by other people that I would kill for. Okay, let's go. Asula, how are you doing? And so now, when the GPS flashes a new route, which is better than the one I was given before, I smile. When I check the GPS and it says I should go a way which may not be what I think I should use, I trust and I go with it, because I know that the GPS has wider information about the environment than I do. And I am now conscious that the decision of the route is not just the most direct way there. It might be the best possible way there given the current circumstances, which I might not be privy to. See, in that faith, whilst I'm driving and it's asking me to turn left, turn right, go in random places, we do. And sometimes whilst I'm turning left, turning right, it will take me to meet somebody. Yes, it may not necessarily be the best direct route, but I will meet somebody. But sometimes it is also to make sure that you avoid meeting somebody. There are some people who will crush your destinies when they encounter you. They will crush you. I have met some ambitious people in my life. In a more recent environment, I found myself among some very ambitious people who were looking to promote and go up. And so as soon as I met those people and I read it in their eyes, I was very direct in telling them, hey, my career is coming to its end. I have no interest in nothing. Right now, even right now where I am, a few things are up and a few things come up, and I'm very quick to tell people I am not interested. Don't want it. Please don't come. Don't disturb my peace. I'm not interested. No, I'm not applying. No, I don't want. Opal, I'm not applying. No, I don't want. Please leave me alone. You go and find what it is you want to find. Me, I want to sit here in my little corner and mind my peace. There are some people who will crush you in their ambition, and sometimes some of those people, you may recover, but they would have done some damage. Good morning, Metin. Good morning. How you doing? They will do damage to you. Later on in life, people have come to me to tell me, you know, such a body says to be very careful of you, and that you are this and you are that. And I'm like, what? What? Well, they told me that you are not focused really on your career. You just happen to have talent. I'm like, what? Me? This person was questioning my passion. Is that it? Wow. Wow. Yeah. You will not be there when these things are said. And it will be said to those who are in a position to determine what happens to you. Yeah. In your absence. That is what ambitious people can do. Selassie. Good morning, Selassie. I'm back from Jordan, so I beg, come and find me and let's make an appointment, okay? There you go. They will tell 12 tales about you. So sometimes to avoid those tales, to make life easier for you, you will be removed from those scenarios. Anyway, let me walk off. I'll see you in a minute. Joseph, thank you. Thank you so much. I hope this message finds you, and I hope this message helps you to understand natural processes, and I hope that as a result of this message, you become calmer than you would have been going through the things that you would have to go through anyway. Yeah? Me, I have learned to be calm. Right now, a lot of interesting things are happening in my life. Things flash and things recede. Things flash and things recede. But I've come to know that they are all part of a grand plan, which is for my good. And so there's less apprehension. There is less fear. There is less anger. And I am living a much happier life as a result. I hope you also find that gift through this message. May the Lord bless you and keep you. Have yourself a fabulous day. I'll speak to you morning on my way out. Yeah? Bye.